Today we're going to cover some information we received from some statistics. They're primarily based out of Canada, the UK, and Australia. So there are some things that we're going to agree with and something we're not. So scenario number one is where the assailant pushes me, boom, I push him, and then he returns with a blow. So we'll take it in 3 stages. So say, for example, he does take the push. I buy it. So I push back. Okay? Now I see the blow coming. I mean, boom, I can intercept that. Or if the blow is coming, okay? Other than this interception, remember, I have to the throat, I have to the eyes, okay? I can come the face back. The other option is when I see that blow is because, boom, I pushed him back. He's far enough back, I can stop him with a side kick, or I can stop him with a stop kick, okay? And take me out of play that way, okay? Most likely the push will come, and right away, before, right what I'm going to do is, right from here, is where I'll go into play. So instead of waiting, I get my fish hook in, again to the throat, boom, back to the eyes, okay? Or just intercept right as he comes, bam, okay? Bam, and then whatever it is you're going to do next, okay? So several options, especially with both hands coming forward, he's committed. And if I didn't catch it on time, you can go back to some of the old stuff, just pop that and ride that, boom, okay? Clear it, boom, come in, okay? So again, that's the arm. So you notice in the last scenario where they came in, so he pushed him, we'll go slower, boom, came back, push, and his response to the punch was to take him into, okay? Totally, well, I won't say totally, but it's not really what we're looking for. The whole idea here is he should be more maneuverable, try to avoid tying in and tangling up, because you don't know, especially in this scenario, if you're in a bar, for example, or even in a crowded street, who his friends are. So, being manipulated this way is going to slow your reaction time down to someone else attacking. So let's try it again. By the way, those were totally unrehearsed. So let's see if they do a little bit better having just been coached just a little. It's a lot of movement there, but right off the bat, what did we notice? Let's do that again. Go ahead and push. Stop right there. Should not have let him get to the point where you are falling so far off balance. For me to go back in right now is not the smartest thing on the planet. Okay? So even if he gets that push, he immediately needs to find his base and be able to shoot off. Whether he's going to come back in and Tai Chi him or whatever, still, JKD should be about hitting. So for example, he pushes me, I push back, bam, right away. Something should happen. We practice all this other stuff to get off the line when someone does initiate an attack. And he's built up the scenario for you pretty much. He's pushed me, I respond, oh shit, okay. I should not have let it go that far, but when I see that blow right away, I have this, I should be angling out, we learn the scoop kick, boom, come outside here. It doesn't have to go into a situation where I have to lay hands on him other than striking. Now I know for the purpose of legality, we have to say that, you don't necessarily have the opportunity to strike right away. If he pushes me, I can't necessarily hit a guy for pushing me. But me coming back and pushing him has just escalated the situation. So it depends on how you want to look at it from a legal point of view. I've just escalated. And if he goes to punch, boom, he's in his right means. Okay? So let's go to the next phase where we'll let him get that initial push, okay? But instead of pushing him back, we're going to go to a blow. Bam! Got to be on it. Oh, there it is. Okay? Now, if you're going to kick, guys, you have to remember, you have to be comfortable and you have to understand the distance and the timing. So if he pushes me so far off balance, okay, if I'm kicking to save myself by holding, trying to gain my balance, that's one thing. But if he's pushed me back and I'm back here, this kick is doing me absolutely no good. In order to throw a kick, I have to be within range. Once he's touching me, right when his hands are on me, I can kick. Because if his hands are on me, I know I'm in range. Bam. Okay? Bam. Okay, I know I'm in range. But once I've been pushed away, I'm no longer in range. And for me to come back in gives him the opportunity to stop me from countering. Okay, so we have to be aware of that. So it's going to be a little bit more practical in the sense if he touches me and I fall far away to, bam, push back in. But notice too that when I'm going back, even though he's pushed me back, I'm trying to still turn my body. So I'm not going on the line he initially pushed me on. I'm on a 45. So I'm trying to get off that line as well. And then you can apply your kicks because you can shorten the distance by arcing out. So let's look at number 2. So you have an opponent who comes out of nowhere and flails a blow. Bam. Okay. How do you respond to that? First of all, the key here is awareness. Okay. No matter what environment I'm in, no one should take me by surprise. Okay. So if he comes off that attack, bam, I should already be aware that something's coming at me because as predators, and that's what we are as human beings, we're predators, we see movement and that's what gives us the sign that says kill, right? So if I'm here and I'm in a peaceful calmness, I'm drinking my beer, whatever, whoa, holy moly, 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 okay? That motion should grab my spider senses. So what we're going to do, instead of going over multiple endless drills of what you can do during a sucker punch, let's go over what do you do because you weren't aware, because you're so busy watching her that he knocked you down, but didn't knock you out, but you're still in that phase where you could have been. We're going to do what's referred to as a knockout drill. It's a very old drill, so we'll go into the knockout drill. We're going to cut off oxygen and try to create the dizziness, so kind of simulating what it feels to be hit very heavily and have that whole euphoria of being knocked out. So what he's going to do is I'm going to have him put both feet together. Okay, I'm going to have him take one hand, he's going to pinch his nose, and I'm going to trust that he's not breathing through his nose. Okay, he's going to take this arm, put it through here, as far as you can, just like the elephant. There you go. You don't have to hug yourself. No narcissism. Okay, eyes are closed for the duration until you hear the command of go. Okay, so I bend him forward from here, and what you usually want to do is you want to start the guy with 12 spins, because there's some people who can't handle more than 12, so we'll just start with 12 spins. First of all, go back again to what I repeated earlier. Awareness, awareness, awareness. It's not easy to keep it all the time because we're constantly bombarded with stimuli all the time, you know, be it a book, be it a television, be it a woman, be it a man, whatever, be it a dog, a bark, a loud noise. See, during all this time while I'm talking, he could have attacked me. Okay? But the key here is, am I aware of my environment? If you go back to that very first drill where he came out to push me, the drill should have never gotten that far. I mean, there's no reason why out of nowhere somebody should to just approach me and do something to me without me having an appropriate response. Now again, you can go back to the legality of it is, you know, am I in my right to hit him just because he's pushing me? Am I really threatened by a push? Okay? I could argue that I was trying to stop a threat, I was taken off guard, you know, or I can push him in such a way that it's my stop hit, or there's a shoulder stop or head stop without it actually looking like a hit or being an actual hit. But, you know, that's for you to determine at the time that you do. Okay? However, let's go to the second drill that we just did, where he is off my complete periphery. Whether or not he's taking a complete blow just out of nowhere, you know, oh my gosh, see, I didn't see that. I saw it at the last second, but my response should not be to go here. It should be, do that again, please. So wherever he's coming from, is to cover and get into something, you know, so I can respond, put myself into a better position. If he does get the blow on me or gets a glance of it, you know, I should have been close enough, and I should have trained enough to understand that at this close range, if he's close enough to hit me, I'm close enough to hit him. I've covered, I've hit, boom, I'm inside. These are drills we've done numerous times before, so you should be already familiar with them. For example, if he does go to push me, and I receive some of that, I can roll that energy back like you would see in Tai Chi. Okay, and I'm going to bear down and boom, sail up. Now the big thing here is for me to simultaneously pop here and drop my weight. So he goes to push me, right there, his energy is forward, okay, pop. Okay, and this is sailing. If I get under it and pop forward and up, that's a sail. Or I can just use that necessary pop. Same mechanics as this, but bam, on that blow. So there you saw a couple of unrehearsed responses. I mean, being placed here in front of the camera gives people a different kind of sense of response because, one, they're in front of a camera. Even though they know the drill, they don't necessarily know what's going to happen because everyone always thinks, well, I have to look good. Even if it's not up here, it's in the back of their mind. Okay? So what we'll do now is a little bit more appropriate responses. This time when you grab them, move them. Boom. Now I want you to have this response. So when he moves you, okay, if you're going to go high, boom. Okay, and then you have control. Because you have to do what? You have to distract his mind. So even before he hits, bam, whoa, so sorry, bam. And I still have this elbow. Okay, because right now, when I've set him up this way, he might let go, but he's not going to get very far. And when I hit this, now his attention is there. Even if he retracts his arm, I have the elbow. And oh, look, if it's bent, I get a throw. If it's straight, I get a break. So he goes to grab, okay? So again, we need to nullify this arm, right? I mean, boom, you can do that with this. What do we have already? Boom, you can, boom, bring him in for a head turn, come across for the head turn, the old classical wrap, boom. I mean, you can even go in good old trapping, okay? Boom, okay? So again, he grabs, bam. I shouldn't even let it get that far. Boom, I have my own nutter there, turn the head, So again, intercepting. JKD is all about that. And I know we usually teach lead hand response, but I'm not there. But this blow that we've done, boom, it's right there. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. You don't have to stay inside there. He grabs me, boom, you got to nullify that thing right away. Whether I get that fish hook or whether I fish hook inside the eye, it doesn't matter. Get this guy down and off. Okay? You can use the legs in this position too. So when he goes to grab, there's nothing to stop me from using a scoop kick. There's nothing to stop me from, boom, kicking that leg from underneath him. Okay, bam. There's nothing to stop me from covering, getting outside. I can sweep. Okay, and right away, bam, take that, destroy the arm. But, I mean, there's several options. And you can say they're not directly JKD, but JKD is being able to adapt to that situation, taking what you know and applying it. So next we're going over the headbutt. Now it depends on what type of headbutt is going to be placed. I'll just go through a couple. So I'm the attacker, don't respond yet. So for whatever reason, you let the guy grab you with two hands. Doesn't usually happen here in America. But anyway, okay, so you have your first headbutt, which is the classic, I'm stupid, boom. Okay? Second one, a little bit sharper, bam. Third one, a little bit of a European twist. Nutter. Okay? So we'll look at some of those as attacks and then as counters. Okay? So again, we'll go unrehearsed and then we'll look at some stuff. Don't give up your back. Let's look at real quick some of the mechanics of some of the things that are going to prevent him from doing some of the things he wants. For example, if I'm holding here, okay, let's go back to JKD. Okay, even if I'm holding him here, primary tool is what? That lead hand strike. Technically, there's no lead here, but if you gain a base, okay, because you already did because you put your foot back. Because first you were here, I grabbed you, you step back. That step back should have been your drop step. That should have been your applied strike. I come in, bam, that should be applied. Cut over the top, bam, same idea. Don't forget, you're not trying to break this grip. The most important thing is to hit me, bam. If you have to break the grip, that's what the other arm is for, right? So if I'm here and I'm one of these guys that does this type of headbutt, right away shift your weight. So as this hand is coming in, he's taking control of this hand, jerk this down towards you, bam. Okay? There's a lot of energy in that, especially if I'm coming in and he uses that energy against me. He steps into it, bam. Okay? There's a lot of energy there. So let's try that. Feel his timing. Good. Yeah. Be more explosive. Oh. And remember, there's nothing stating that you have to do it on one side. I mean, I can come in this way, you can do it on the opposite side. Don't forget the other blow that you have. If you can't get this shot here underneath, boom, you cut over the top. If you can't get either of those, get off the line and shovel. Boom. Okay? So ideally, I go back, that's a shovel. Okay? Shovel down the other side, I go back, okay, that's a shovel. Okay, so think of your movement and think as a JKDer, don't think as you're on video. Okay, somebody grabs, bam, hit that guy. Knock him out, take him down. Look for your points. What are the points of the body at this range? I mean, again, the groin, always vulnerable. The throat. If his head's back, you can't get the eyes, so, I mean, these 2 points here, bladder, boom, 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 these shots. Even though he's holding on to me, I can still get some of these, you know. Change direction, bam. Can't get that shot, bam, straight up the center. Can't get either of those. Set your weight back, get him into you. Okay, let's try that again. Who wants to go next? You feel, boom. Good. I was just going to say, if you feel too much pressure going forward, get off the line. When in doubt, hit. If you missed the first time, hit him a second time. Let me ask you this question. Which blows are going to do what to the body? Okay? If I shoot down the center line and I'll blow in the center line, what's going to happen? Okay? It gets everything to collapse inward. Okay? So anything down here, it gets the body to do what? If I go to the center, it usually gets him forward. If I hit him on the side, what's that going to do? That's going to get his body to turn. Boom. Right? So know where your blows are going to go. And if you're close enough, remember, if I can hit with my hand, okay, then I can hit with my palm, I can hit with my elbow. Okay? And there's nothing to say that, bam, you can't get my headbutt back. So look for your targets. These are just stopping blows. It's just going to keep motion of the upper body from coming in. But to stop him, think of your targets. I mean, right in here, okay, under here, boom, right here. Those are the things that are going to stop him. So he grabs me, he comes for that, not boom. You got to hit him. Get control of him, boom, hit him. Or hit him, get control. He can't finish that headbutt, go grab me, boom, okay, if you stop him. Okay? Okay. Try. Okay, break. All right. That's all very nice and good, and it's great. But again, he did a couple of sponsors that were very JKD. Let's remember some of the essentials. Again, he goes to grab right away. Bam. I know it's not fair right now because I'm slightly taller than him, but just for the principle. Okay. Again, he comes in. Boom. Okay. What does JKD also have? Boom. The jam. Okay. What do we also have? Boom. Scoop. What do we also have? Just assume, for some reason, that he actually took me off guard and got his hands on me. Stop kick's not going to be as effective here as my jam's still going to work. Okay? Me using a knee against his knee. Okay? Of course, there's always turn him off, offset, boom. Using either a hit or a push or a choke or finger jab. Okay? Coming again under that. Go ahead and try the knee. Boom. Take that out of him. I mean, tons of things. He grabs, boom, knee into his knee. You know, that's very nice. Whether it's on the inside or the outside of that knee, boom, lift that knee. Another one is just to drop the elbow. Bam, on his knee, pass him out, make him pay. A couple of ideas. Now, if you've watched earlier, or if you have been following us, earlier when he did the grab for a headbutt, okay, every once in a while, the counter for the other guy was to throw the knee. So in the same note, I don't know when he goes to grab me whether he's going to try to knee me first or headbutt first. So again, make it simple. Let's break it down again. JKD's first response, bam, that hit. If he goes headbutt, bam, that hit. Knee, bam, that hit. Okay, let's think JKD, and he goes to grab me. Bam, single angular. Okay, everything should pretty much start to reflect as breaking it down to the simplest response. So let's start with JKD's basic bread and butter. That lead straight, no matter what he does. Bang. If I can't get it inside underneath, cut on the top. If I can't get that, use angle. Okay? If I absolutely must, I mean, I can leave that alone. Bam. I can go to that. Okay? I can use my uppercuts. I can use my shovel hooks. You want to try to keep it to the simplest element. Don't try to go through too many steps where he's grabbing and I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. You're not going to have that much time most of the time because it's going to happen quick. Bam! And he should have responded in that amount of time. So the problem we're having is, again, we have familiarization here. He knows who I am. I know who he is. No one wants to really hurt each other. You might have a couple of drunken friends that will let you do this to him. Bam! But he should stop me right away. No matter who I am to him, he shouldn't let me just come up and do what I'm going to do. He didn't know if I was going to knee or headbutt. Boom. Ooh, very good. So you have to be able to sell that. And we're back to the first drill. I pushed him. His initial response should have been some kind of hit. Same idea. So far in all these scenarios, the same response will still be applicable. Ooh. What we have to try to overcome, as you can see in these drills, it's very difficult to do because usually your training partner already knows the given scenario and his responses are always not going to be fully committed. And if they are, they're going to be an exaggerated commitment because the guy's going to say, oh yeah, well, gosh, I can do this. And so he's going to exaggerate the motion. So it needs to be as natural as possible. So you have to put that into your curriculum, however you're going to do it. You know, just like the approach. I mean, no one's ever going to walk up and let you do half of these things. Hopefully, none of these things you're going to let somebody walk up and do to you. So if you already start with the awareness level, none of this should happen. But for the sake of training, you know, we have to go into, okay, so even here, he should never have let me get this close for this drill. Never. We already understand that we're in an atmosphere where we're learning something. We're training a particular drill. So right away, he should already be on guard without escalating. All right, so now we'll take a jab with a bottle at the face. Okay? Once you hear the word jab, everyone should already be familiar with it. Just because I put a different implement in my hand does not or should not change the mechanics. So we should already be trained for that response. There it is. There it is. Oh, you guys are much better now. Oh. So in these instances, in these scenarios, you know, you'll notice that a lot of it looks really clumsy. And the prime word here is chaotic, because in the fight, there is chaos. Okay? It doesn't look, it's not glamorized. I mean, even if you watch ring fights, if you're talking about like UFC type things, you know, full contact, things become really chaotic. But for the most part, they stay within the framework. On the street, things change because people are not going to stay within that framework. So just extrapolate from there what you can, get some of the basic principles out of there, and try to apply them.